Hey everyone, welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So today I am with my good buddy Alvin Miller from the Austin Pipe Club, and you've probably seen him around a lot at pipe conventions or pipe shows. You were at Chicago, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah, and he's going to be also at the Columbus show. You probably know him on Instagram as Republic of Texas. Piper, there we go. Yeah. Alvin is really good about posting his trips and his piping, lunting experiences with all of that stuff. So I'm real glad to have you here today.
Glad to join you.
Yeah, this is fun. We are going to do our first impressions on the new GL Pease Horizons, which is third in their Zeitgeist collection. Let me, reading to you from the can, it says, Horizon Flake is an approachable, contemporary, and medium-bodied English blend that's excellently balanced to provide a consistent and delightful all-day smoke. Comprising of a mixture of mature red Virginias, flue-cured Virginias, Turkish Latakia instead of Cyprian Latakia, and Oriental leaf, all pressed and sliced into flakes, Horizons boasts a sophisticated flavor profile that admirably balances rich smokiness with a gentle sweetness and an enticing spice. So, that's a nice little combination of a blend. To just start off with, Alvin, I thought maybe we could talk about the look of the flake and everything that comes with that opening the can.
We will do that, and it's a beautiful flake. See if I can see how we can get a look at this. Yeah. There we go. See if you can show.
I mean, it's a beautiful dark color. Comes in nice little slices. Very rich looking. It is a little bit moist, which is typical of flakes. Probably could use a little bit of a dry time, but for the most part, it's smokable as it comes out of the tin.
Yes, I didn't dry it. I'm smoking it, and it's fine. You just, after a couple of tries, it stays lit. And I would also say it's not wet moist. It's just barely moist, so it's not. You wouldn't want to dry it long, I don't think.
Yeah, I find that when the longer I dry tobaccos out, the spicier it gets.
Yes.
And so I don't care for too much spice, especially in my English blends.
And I think too, if you can dry it out too much, sometimes you lose some of the essence of the flavor that you're trying to get. It just depends on the tobacco, but this is smoking fine. Once I got it lit.
It comes in 2-ounce tins. I'm sitting here at Pipe World in Austin right now, and they've got it available on their shelves. So you can find it just about anywhere. I'm not sure if it's available online anymore. I think Smoking Pipes is sold out, but you might be able to find it like on Tobacco Pipes or maybe like at Watch City or something like that. This was stamped on June 4th, 2024. So it's a recent blend. It's not too old. It's a medium-bodied strength and a medium flavor so far. What do you think about the tin note on this, Alvin?
It has an interesting smell. I can smell the Latakia, but it's not overpowering at all.
I get a lot of good reds in there, too.
I can smell that, too.
Yeah. The reds are nice and comes through. You know, the smell on this, when you smell Latakias, you get kind of that incense kind of smell, but I don't get that with this one.
I don't either.
I mean, the Latakia is present, but it's a different scent than the Cyprian Latakia.
It is. It doesn't. It's not as overpowering on the. It's a nice tin note, but it's not the camp. You're not getting a campfire wood smoke right in your face.
It's almost like I read somewhere where it's almost like the Syrian Latakia, and it's really. It's got a nice little hint of sweetness in the background. That's an interesting tin note. all the Latakia blends that have been coming out lately all have, kind of that same background to it. This one is different.
I really think, and I do, the red Virginias are certainly the predominant Virginia in here.
Yeah.
I know there's supposed to be some brights, but I think that you'll smell the red.
That's
I think it's a very pleasant tin note.
Yeah.
That's how I describe it.
Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, well, let's talk about the flavors. What kind of flavors are you getting out of this?
Well, obviously the Latakia, I'm tasting that, but it's a very mellow. It's not in some of the heavier Latakia blends, you can really get the campfire comes out pretty strong. Here it's much more of a mellow flavor to me.
You know how, like in the fall, when the leaves have dried out and they've fallen on the ground, and you crumble up those leaves and get a smell of that? That's kind of what I'm smelling through here. Kind of that earthy, natural. I guess that's for.
I'm getting a little woody too. I'm just a little
Yeah.
bit, slight woody, but it's earthy woody, and it's it's a pleasant outdoor flavor.
There's a sweetness in here that it's kind of hard to identify because it's not from the reds. I don't think there's a tanginess from the reds, but I don't get the sweetness from the reds.
Well,
I wonder if the Latakia has some sweetness
It
to it.
might. Does clove have sweetness? I don't think so, but this has kind of I can taste a little bit of the some kind of floral note to it.
Yeah, the baking spice kind of what that clovey,
that's what I'm thinking.
cinnamony. I don't know what. Yeah, nutmeg, kind of a baking spice in there. It's really,
and I don't, and this is just for me, but if a blend is if the Orientals are too spicy and starts cutting my tongue and tingly, it's a distraction for me. This is not doing that. So I can taste a little spiciness, but it's a very nice version of it.
a lot of people would think, well, Latakia is just Latakia, but man, there is a difference in this Latakia comparatively to, Cyprian Latakia that is available now, and even back in the day when Syrian Latakia was available. This is quite interesting. I'm digging it. Now, this is the first time I've smoked this, and you said this is like
my
your
second bowl. My second bowl.
So, yeah, I think I could consider this an all-day English blend.
Oh, I think it is. For me, it is. And I smoke a lot of Englishes. That's kind of my wheelhouse.
Yeah, me
probably
too.
more than anything else.
Yeah, I get you.
And I'd also say too. Now, from some of the reviews I've read, it has the term there's quite an amount of Latakia in this. But what I would tell you is it doesn't smoke at all like a Latakia bomb. It is not that.
Yeah, it's not a lat bomb at all.
No, it's not. It's as a matter of fact, that's not normally I don't go to the lat bombs very often, very selectively. But this one has a really balanced taste to it.
Shane Ireland did a video review on this, and he says that there's kind of a smoky mesquite barbecue taste to this, and I can kind of see that.
Yeah, I can too.
I can kind of see that. Definitely still getting quite a bit of earthy, woody tones in there.
Well, call it woody barbecue. I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm getting.
Yeah. And definitely you said stuff about the floral notes and the vegetal note in there as well. But yeah, that spice, that baking spice that's in there that I can't put my finger on is just coming in and out, in and out, in and out. And it's really kind of neat. The sweetness on it's almost like a dark fruit sweetness that I'm
fermented. It's like it's been fermented.
There you go.
And
I'm sorry.
Well, as I smoke this, I'm getting more of the spice. I can taste the spice as I get into it.
Yeah, as we get deeper into it,
changing a little bit. Yeah.
And what about? Do you get like a cocoa or a semi-sweet chocolate taste to this?
I'm not getting that yet, but I'm just, the bowl has just started, so we'll see.
Yeah. So this reminds me of spark plug of the Peace spark plug. It's kind of leaning towards that side. Quiet Nights, not so much. I think more like spark plug for sure. But the sweetness, it's so rich. There's a richness to this that's really relaxing, kind of a comfort.
And
smoke.
the blends he's released in this series all have that in common to me. They're all pretty rich blends.
Yeah.
I'm trying to compare this to From Beyond, which I think that was the first issue in this series. I thought, maybe I'm wrong.
No,
Bankside was one.
Bankside. Yeah, remember we did that.
Yeah,
we smoked
did.
that in the.
We did. But anyway, From Beyond is a pretty rich. That's a Cornell deal, and it's. I'm comparing the two, and I get a little more spice from this one than I do from the From Beyond.
You know, as I get farther into this, I'm reminded of some scotches that I've drank before that kind of have a similar palate base to it, kind of a malty.
Not the
peaty,
real, yeah.
not real heavy.
Not the strong, not the lap frog, not the real peaty, but the light peaty scotches. This would definitely be an all day smoke for me. I'll just say based on my first impressions.
This is really good. This is really, really good. I like this a lot. Man, GL Peace is a master. He's just an absolute master at blending.
And you know it's really funny, but when you look at the tin, it's a very contemporary art design, and you kind of wonder.
Well, it's kind of like an Art Deco.
And you're kind of wondering, okay, so are you smoking he calls it a contemporary blend, which I'm not sure, how to describe that, but I think it smokes just like a good medium English.
Yeah, I like this English. This is a great summer English, I think, because I like that the Latakias don't overwhelm the blend.
They do not.
They work in conjunction with those Virginias that are in there.
And I would surmise that don't make no mistake. There's a sufficient amount of Latakia in this blend, but it's Turkish Latakia. So apparently the way that is, how the origin of that and how it's processed, maybe it does have a more Syrian-like profile to it, where it's more mellow.
Latakia, the city in Syria, in Syria, is close to the Turkish border. It's pretty close. And there may be some similar, when they cure the tobacco, they smoke it. They basically hang it up and they light a fire under it to smoke it. And there may be some similarities in the woods that they use to burn that fire that add to the flavor profile that in the Turkish part of it rather than in the Cyprian part of it. So I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that it is not a heavy Latakia. It's really, really good. What do you think about the room note on this?
I don't think it's as pungent as some of the Englishes I smoke. Now,
that's a good observation.
I'm trying to get a smell the secondhand smoke from you. Yeah. See, it's not as pungent. It definitely is an English, so it might not be the most pleasant thing if somebody's not used to pipe tobacco smelling. But to me, it's not pungent at all.
I think it's a sweeter room note than most Englishes would give you.
I think it's much more tolerable. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, most people don't like Latakia blends. It's not the most popular, tobacco used in the pipe world.
We don't smoke that in the middle of a circle.
Yeah. But, this one I think could be tolerable for those that don't like it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So how much did you pay for this? Do you remember?
I want to say it was like, I got it on, there was a GLP sale just a few days ago. I don't know if you saw that. And I want to pay, it was about $11 a tin. So I got it on sale.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I did.
Because I think here at the pipe store, I think we're going to pay $17.
$18 a tin.
Yeah.
So it's probably, most places you pay $15 to $16 a tin for it. But I did get it on sale, so I picked up a couple of tins of it.
I'm not getting any moisture at all.
No.
I'm no dawdle.
Yep.
It's burning fairly well, pretty even. The flavor for me has been, for the most part, consistent. That baking spice kind of goes in and out, in and out. But the sweetness and the smokiness has been pretty consistent all the way through.
And it was slightly moist, but I really like my tobacco slightly moist. That's the perfect spot for me. And I've had one relight so far on this, so it's certainly smoky.
I'd like to try it with it being just a tad drier.
Maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes,
and see what see what it comes out to be. You know, that Latakia might come out a little stronger that way. I don't know, but the way it is just really good. I'm smoking it in a pretty large, open bowl.
Yeah, this is a nice size bowl. This over 20 it's 20 I think 21 millimeters. A tray rice, and it's smoking it beautifully.
And I'm smoking out of a Ryan Alden brandy. That's, that's a good 1.5 inches deep.
Yeah, Ryan. I've got a Ryan pipe. His pipes tend to have nice bowl sizes to them.
Yeah, and it's a nice little Lovat that I picked up at the Texas pipe show this year. And it's really smoking well in this large bowl. I'd say this is probably like a Group 4.
Yeah,
maybe even.
This is at least a Group 4.
Yeah,
and Trey made it for me for specifically. I dedicate it mostly to Englishes, but not all. I'm not quite a purist in that approach. I'll smoke any tobacco in any pipe most of the time, except an aromatic.
Yeah, I think that if you can find some still, go do a search and see, some of the smaller online places like Watch City, maybe LJ Paredes, maybe some of those places will have this available. I know that, like I said, it's sitting on the shelf here at Pipe World. So you can still pick some of this up. If you're an English smoker, you need to treat yourself to this, to this style of Latakia. Yeah,
and it definitely is a repeat smoke. I mean, it's not. It would not. I'd have no issue doing that.
And I wonder what it would come back to it in a year.
And a matter of fact, it might be something. This is a brand new tin. I first opened it today that I brought to the pipe shop. So I'm sure that let this sit out a few weeks on your bar or counter and whatever.
Let it kind of air, just kind of breathe a little bit.
Yes, I think it would even be better.
Nice. Well, guys, go out there and try this. This is a really, really nice, even, balanced English blend. And I haven't been able to find a new English blend that has really kind of motivated me to go out and buy more tins of it.
And I'm thinking we're going to see Turkish Latakia show up more and more.
I think you're right. In comparison to the smokes that I smoke quite a bit, my English blends, I smoke a lot of plum pudding. I smoke a lot of 10 to midnight. And this is a softer English blend than those two are.
It is.
Yeah. This is a good all-day smoke. Really good.
I agree. I think it is.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we've got for you today. Don't forget, next week is our Tobacco Tasters episode. We're going to try the Country Squire's Tidewater. Nice summer Virginia blend that we found that one of our viewers suggested that we try. So we're going to do that one next week. But until then, don't forget, make all your piping moments count. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. Bye-bye.